At Kensington Financial, they'll help you defend your portfolio and assault the market. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of Dollars and Cents.
Welcome to today's installment of Kensington Financial's Dollars and Cents, where smart viewers like you take the time to listen and learn about areas of finance that have a major impact on your family's financial well-being. I'm Ralph Phillips, and joining me as always is my co-host Amy Tattern. Hello, Amy.
Hello, Ralph. It's great to be back again, especially on a show with such an important topic, identity theft. It's one of the fastest growing crimes in America.
Amy, did you know that identity thieves can rob you of time, money, credit, and reputation? And the worst part is, you might not even realize it when it happens.
I did actually just learn that recently.
In fact, Amy, the Federal Trade Commission says that 1 in every 8 adults and 1 in every 4 households have become victims of identity theft in the past 5 years. And 10 million Americans in the past year have been victims of identity theft. The cost to individuals and businesses has grown to be astronomical.
And I heard a professional thief can assume your identity in just a couple of hours, but it takes years to restore your credit standing. Your credit standing is one of your most important assets. Not only does it affect your ability to get credit, but also it often dictates your interest rate and your ability to purchase insurance or even find employment.
That's absolutely right, Amy. Experts recommend reviewing your credit report regularly, and I agree. Today we're going to examine identity theft and how you can protect yourselves from identity thieves.
We will speak with Pennsylvania State Representative John Pallone about what the state government is doing to help fight identity theft. We will discuss current laws governing the Fair Credit Reporting Act and what is pending at the state level.
We'll also hear from Donna Sinor, a nationally renowned identity theft protection expert from Columbus Life. So please stay tuned. Should be pretty interesting, don't you think?
I think so.
There is a bank that makes a great addition to any small business or a great beginning for any entrepreneur, a bank that's focused on building a personal relationship with you. Enterprise Bank employs highly professional relationship managers with a vested interest in helping your business grow. They themselves are small business entrepreneurs who can empathize with the challenges of growing a small business. For your business needs, count on Enterprise Bank, the bank that is built for your business.
Somewhere along the road, you went from a full house to an empty nest. Somewhere along the road, you went from breadwinner to babysitter, and you love it. And somewhere you found that making more money was less important than making the most of your money. At Kensington Financial Services, we understand how the road of life changes, and we offer a full range of financial planning and investment services to move you in the right direction. Kensington Financial, your planning partner.
Hi, welcome to Dinner and Wine at Lakes Roadhouse on River Road in Vandergrift.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Wanda Lake has prepared something particularly splendid for us today. I love shrimp. I love seafood. And Ray David from Bartolomeo Pio has matched up with our shrimp today a really excellent Fry Brothers Chardonnay. Fry Brothers is in Sonoma County in California. Really a phenomenal vineyard. They make a number of different wines pretty much straight across the board, a number of different appellations, different grapes. It should go particularly well with the shrimp that we're having today. With seafood, we normally don't want to overpower the taste of the seafood because it's probably going to be a little bit lighter of a taste. We don't want to overpower it with a hearty red wine like a Cabernet, or even sometimes a Merlot or a Zinfandel is going to be a little bit too much. Folks, there's not a whole lot to worry about when you're drinking a wine. If you like beer, I don't think you should treat your wine any differently. What we do, however, want to try and accomplish, even with a white, we want to get a good sniff of the wine, check out the bouquet. With Chardonnay, it should be pretty light. It's not too overpowering at all, and color is the same. Obviously, the taste we should expect to be the same as well. So let's see what we got here, Amy.
Very light,
Very good.
very nice,
Some apples, a little bit of berries.
fruity.
Well, this Chardonnay goes wonderfully with the shrimp. As always, much thanks to Ray David from Bartolomeo Pio and Chef Wanda here at Lakes Roadhouse for taking such wonderful care of us, such phenomenal care of us. And folks, we hope that you'll stay tuned, because we'll be right back with more of Kensington Financial's Dollars and Cents.
The Fair Credit Reporting Act promotes the accuracy, fairness, and privacy of information in the files of consumer reporting agencies, such as credit bureaus and specialty agencies that sell information about check writing histories, medical records, and rental histories. The Fair Credit Reporting Act states you must be told if information in your file has been used against you, such as denying you credit, insurance, or employment. You have the right to know what is in your file and to ask for your credit score. You have the right to dispute incomplete or inaccurate information, and consumer reporting agencies must correct or delete inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable information. Also, consumer reporting agencies may not report outdated negative information. The Fair Credit Reporting Act also states that access to your file is limited, and you must give your consent for reports to be provided to employers. You may also limit pre-screened offers of credit and insurance you get based on information in your credit report. You may seek damages from violators of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. There may also be additional rights for those who are victims of identity theft or active military. States may enforce the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and many states have their own consumer reporting laws. In some cases, a person may have more rights under state law.
Welcome back to Kensington Financial's Dollars and Cents. Our first guest is Donna Sinor, a nationally renowned identity theft protection expert from Columbus Life. She'll be providing us with some information on protecting yourself from becoming a victim. Welcome, Donna, and thank you for being on Kensington.
It's a pleasure being here.
We wanted to talk about some of the issues regarding identity theft, but I guess the sensible place to start is to come right out and ask the question, what is identity theft?
Well, it's interesting because most people think of identity theft of being someone steals some information and charges something to a card that you already have. And yet, yes, that is identity theft, but that's not where the real danger lies. Today's thieves are getting information and opening new accounts that you don't know anything about, and that's where the real danger lies. And so as we talk about identity theft, it is everything from having your wallet stolen, having some charges on a credit card, but more importantly, about taking your financial information and using it to open new accounts.
As these thieves get a hold of this information, what exactly is it, or what information specifically is it that they're looking for that they need to go out and perhaps open an account at a bank in my name?
Well, there really is three types of identity that we have. There are things that we own, account numbers, passwords that we have. Then there are the things that are inherently ours, our fingerprint, our photograph, our signature. The more of those that they have, the more danger it is. And then we have things like our Social Security number, which is very valuable information.
Donna, how are they getting our fingerprints?
Well, interestingly enough, one of the most common ways of getting both your signature and a fingerprint are through home mailboxes. And so one of the very first things you should stop doing to protect yourself is never mail bills from your home mailbox, because there are thieves that just drive around the neighborhood, and if they get a Visa bill that you mailed, They can get your fingerprint off of the check, and they can also get your original signature, plus your address, phone number, a lot of important information.
So what do? Write out our bills and then get in the car and drive to the post office or another mailbox?
Absolutely, unless you're willing to get a post office box to start with. But that's inconvenient for most people. So just when you mail your bills, make sure you mail them in a locked security box, which means the post office box.
Interesting.
What other ways can these individuals have access to our personal information? What other places can they go?
Well, again, the second most obvious access is through your trash. And it's very important that you have a shredder and that you have a diamond cut shredder. And you shred everything that has any important information on it. Because a lot of these will simply go through the trash. And again, bank statements, Visa bills, all that, personal information is available to them.
What about all these offers of credit that we get from credit card companies? We'll refinance your mortgage, yada, yada, yada. Should we be shredding that information as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. Each piece of information like that has a barcode on it, and in that barcode is the financial information they use to make the offer. And so unless you shred that information, thieves know how to break into that barcode. I certainly don't, but the thieves do.
Okay, Donna, I know I'm guilty of throwing information like that away in my trash. How do I find out if I'm a victim of identity theft?
Well, do you know most people don't even realize they're a victim until more than 14 months after they've been victimized?
And then it's way too late.
It's way too late. And it's not uncommon for it to be 3-5 years after you first lose the information. So it's very, very hard to protect ourselves, but there are some things you can do. For example, there are credit monitoring services, which will monitor your credit report 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and will alert you if there's an inquiry or a new account in your name. The other thing is to not give out your financial information any more than you need to. Find yourself a trusted advisor, someone that you can do all of your business with instead of doing transactional sales. Don't open unwanted or unneeded credit accounts or checking accounts. Limit the number of eyes that see your information.
What about the internet? How much of a problem has the internet, or how much of an issue has the internet become in regards to identity theft?
Actually, in many ways, the internet is safer than a lot of other ways of transacting business if you have proper firewalls and you only do business on secure sites.
Okay, Donna, what do you suggest if I do become a victim of identity theft? What should I do first?
Well, the very first thing you should do is call the police and file a police report. And you're going to have to talk them into doing it. I myself was a victim this past May, and it was very difficult to get the police to take a report because they don't know how to deal with it. Somebody stole my identity. They opened a credit card account in my name. Well, there's nothing for them to follow up with, and that's why thieves are caught less than 10% of the time. So that's why it's such a growing crime, is people are just not being caught. But make the police take a report. And then one of the easiest things to do is get on the internet and type in identity theft, and that will take you to the Federal Trade Commission's website. And the Federal Trade Commission has complete outlines of everything you need to do. You'll need to file legal affidavits, lots of reports, lots of paperwork. The typical average time is 250 hours of work to clear your name. Incredible, isn't it?
Oh my God, that's amazing. What about, I recommend to my clients that on an annual basis they order a copy of their credit report. In the past, up to this point anyway, it's always been just to keep an idea of where you're at as far as credit. It sounds to me like they should probably be doing it for other reasons as well.
Right. It is very important to at least look at it once a year. If you have no idea that you're a victim, you have no suspect, and you just want to check it once a year, that's fine. But make sure there are no accounts on there that are not yours. And if there's any bad information, wrong information, immediately pursue it.
Donna, how can having a financial advisor help me with identity theft?
Well, one of the things you want to do is limit your exposure. So working with one advisor, someone that you trust, someone you know that understands the problem and is going to protect your information. And then again, can handle all of your transactions rather than spreading that among many different institutions.
Thank you, Donna, very much for joining us today. Certainly do appreciate your time and
Oh, you're very welcome.
getting out here to see us and visit with us and providing us with such great information.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Sponsored in part by Emeritus Variable Life Insurance Company, providing variable life and variable annuities since 1983. Emeritus Variable Life is a unified company.
Don't wait until it's too late. Burglar, fire, hold-up, and medical alarms for your home, commercial, or industrial needs. Signalgraph Security is a local company that can provide you with the security and service you want. Signalgraph Security will custom design a system for your home or business at a reasonable price and provide you with prompt service when you need it most. At Signalgraph Security, you talk to the same people every time. So for all your security needs, and to save at least 10%, call Signalgraph Security, where your security is our concern.
Somewhere along the road, you went from a full house to an empty nest. Somewhere along the road, you went from breadwinner to babysitter, and you love it. And somewhere you found that making more money was less important than making the most of your money. At Kensington Financial Services, we understand how the road of life changes, and we offer a full range of financial planning and investment services to move you in the right direction. Kensington Financial, your planning partner.
Get the experts on your side. Identity Theft Shield, free credit report analysis, continuous monitoring, and identity restoration. Call for free information or go online. Identity Theft Shield.
Welcome back to Kensington Financial's Dollars and Cents. We've been discussing identity theft, one of the fastest growing crimes in America. Since each state has laws on identity theft on the books already or pending, we wanted to bring in an expert from our state government to shed some light on our rights in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Let's welcome State Representative John Pallone. John, thank you very much for being on Kensington Financial's Dollars and Cents.
Thanks for including me.
Wonderful. We wanted to talk a little bit today with you about what we've got going on in the Commonwealth as far as protection for consumers, protection for our viewers, and anything that might be pending on the books.
Well, Ralph, as you've already suggested, it's probably one of the fastest growing crimes in America right now. And the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has come to recognize that. And on July the 1st of this year, we passed a resolution in the House of Representatives, House Resolution 351, that authorized the creation of a select committee to go around the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and take testimony and do some investigatory work to find out if we're having a problem with identity theft or records containment issues at the Commonwealth level to protect people. And as you know, at the state level, we have, literally millions of records on people that live in Pennsylvania or do business in Pennsylvania. And we want to ensure to those folks that we're protecting their information.
What kind of records does the state keep on residents above and beyond, like tax revenue?
It's no Big Brother stuff. It's nothing secret. There's no magic to it. But it's the simple things. Anybody who owns a vehicle in Pennsylvania, there's a record in the Department of Transportation. Anybody who has a driver's license, there's a record in the Department of Transportation. Anyone who has even participated in the PACE or the PACENet program in the senior community, there's a record in Harrisburg for that. Anybody who's worked on has been a member of the property tax or rent rebate program, primarily senior citizens, there's a record on that. Anybody that's ever done any business with the Department of Welfare, there's a record on that individual. And
So
then any business that actually does business with the Commonwealth.
So would it be fair to say that the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania keeps records on almost everyone?
I would presumably say almost everyone, because that includes also anyone who has ever filed a Pennsylvania state tax return, an income tax return. Now, naturally, 100% of the people don't file taxes, don't have a driver's license, don't whatever. But I would say we probably catch 90% of the population. You figure there's over 12 million people in Pennsylvania. We probably have at least that many records. And you figure most people own a car, have a driver's license, filed a tax return, so we have maybe 3 records or more for every person. So we literally have billions or millions anyway of records on people.
Is it possible to say the biggest group of victims in Pennsylvania? Is it the older people, the younger people?
You know, one would think in our investigation has a tendency to believe that it is the older people, but it really isn't. Ironically, one of the members of the House of Representatives himself was a victim of identity theft, and he's a contemporary fellow. He's in his early 50s, and the type of person that's very conscious and cautious of what he does. And it just happened. Someone got a hold of some numbers, and next thing you know, he had credit problems because someone was using his account and went on. And it took, the worst part about the identity theft issue isn't the front side where the theft occurs. That's only part of it. That's hurt. And you get over that and you can fix that fairly quickly. The issue is after you discover it and then you try to remediate or correct it, it takes months, literally months. It could take anywhere from 6 to 18 months to correct the problem that really isn't yours. Somebody else did it. And that's the biggest issue, and that's what we're going to try to prevent. This select committee, which I serve on, is going to ensure that at least the records at the Commonwealth level are protected. And we've talked to the computer experts at Carnegie Mellon. We're having hearings all throughout Pennsylvania. We're meeting with experts in the computer science world. We're meeting with common people because they're usually the victims. We're meeting with business and industry, and we're talking about what should we be doing or what aren't we doing that we should be doing better. And we're finding out that Pennsylvania is in pretty good shape, but there are a few additional bells and whistles we need to install.
Through the hearings that you've been having, what would you say is the best place for someone to start if they find that they have been a victim of identity theft? Should it be the local police department, or?
Well, obviously the very first thing that the folks need to do is to go to the financial institution or the record holder that, whether it's just a record of information or if it's actually financial matters, go to the keeper of that record first. And because it may be an internal mistake, it could be whatever. And you want to do that very first and foremost and stop the problem, put some kind of a block in place. And then from there, obviously, you want to call your local law enforcement, you want to call the district attorney's office, you want to call the attorney general's office, you want to call them all, because they all have different divisions that are working on it. Even with computer crimes, Pennsylvania State Police has recently developed a unit that's dedicated specifically to just computer crimes. It's not necessarily identity theft, but it's dealing with these predators that get out there on the chat rooms and things like that. Mm-hmm. So each of these law enforcement agencies in the bigger communities and the bigger counties obviously have more resources. If you're in a smaller community or a smaller county, you're going to go a little bit higher up the ladder to try to get more people or the right resources to address your problem. But we do have a lot of good law enforcement and people that can help us.
Before we move on to a commercial, I did want to ask you about, to tell us a little bit about what direction you see the state going in the near term through the hearings that you've been having.
Well, we're going to see that obviously record management is going to be an issue at the Commonwealth level. And even most recently, we're dealing with the hunters and the fishermen and so forth, because they're requesting Social Security numbers on hunting licenses. And we went to the Game Commission and we're saying, hey, this is an issue of identity theft. We don't want that number hanging out there. So the Game Commission is changing their policies so that hunting licenses while they may require the Social Security number, it's not actually displayed on the license. So we're seeing an evolution, if you want to call it that, where the Social Security number was the identifier for a lot of people, and we're now assigning personal ID numbers, so to speak. And we're not going to use the Social Security number as the prime issue or the prime way to locate a person. We're going to look at other ways. And we've seen that across the board, across the industry, not just at the state level, We're starting to see that everywhere, even in the private sectors. We're assigning people a private number, giving them whether it's a PIN or an absolute just a number in the sequence, rather than using Social Security, birth date, and the common things that you've always been asked for the last decade or more.
Okay.
So we're seeing a change there.
Okay. Representative John Pallone, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you with us today, and we'll look for some things to come down from Harrisburg in the coming months about identity theft. There's more Kensington Financial's Dollars and Cents coming up, so please stay tuned because we'll be right back.
Sponsored in part by Emeritus Variable Life Insurance Company, providing variable life and variable annuities since 1983. Emeritus Variable Life is a unified company.
Tired of struggling with uncomfortable, frustrating hearing aids? Are you ready to experience natural sound again? Well, Vivatone is your answer, a revolutionary new hearing aid that gives you the natural sound without the whistling and echo and noise that you're used to. And unlike many other traditional hearing aids, Vivatone doesn't require the creation of ear molds. To feel the immediate difference, visit Remetta Audiology for a no-obligation trial and ask about saving 20% on Vivatone.
If your investments aren't performing the way you expect, chances are neither is your agent. At Kensington Financial, we know the most important part of financial service is service itself. As a local independent, our commitment to customer service starts and ends with your needs, not the needs of your broker. For a no-obligation review, call Kensington Financial today. Unlike your current advisor, we'll call you back. Kensington Financial, your planning partner.
You know, both Representative Pallone and Donna Sinor gave us a lot to think about today. Is there anything Kensington Financial Services can do to help with identity theft?
Well, just like Amy, all of the other financial institutions our clients deal with, we go above and beyond the call of duty as far as protecting identifiable information here. We don't sell information, we don't give it away. The documentation that we have on all our clients that includes that special information is kept literally under lock and key. There really is no way for anyone to have access to it. Further, if any clients or if anyone out there has any questions about identity theft or the ways that we can help you here, and there are a number of them, almost too much to even talk about here, be sure to give us a call at 724-334-1950, or of course they can drop us an email at info@kensingtonfinancial.com, or pop in our office here in Lower Borough and visit us. It's at 2664 Leechburg Road.
Well, that's about all the time we have. Join us next week right here for another informative Kensington Financial's Dollars and Cents program.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope that you'll come back and visit us again next week. The show where my lovely and not talented at all co-host. Oh, wonderful!
Oh, you better cut
Oh, you definitely
that
have to
one.
erase that.
Indicates your interests. Nope. Can we try that again?
Amy to camera. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with State Representative John Pallone.
Well, we did that already. Amy to Ralph.
Really?
To restore your credit standing, it takes forever. Years.
Decades.
Decades.
Eons. Going back to the time of
Millenniums.
the dinosaur.
It's a time,
Oh, then
so-
you're definitely staying with us until the last minute. Absolutely.
What? Discussing our rights as Pennsylvanians.
I'd like to do my part again.
And I do mine? Yes. Okay.
See, huh? Huh? Like I don't know
Just
what I'm
because you
talking
scared
about.
Billy Jones. She's going to
Yeah, really.
redo it.
Discover what people are saying about AKLC Studios.
AKLC Studios is a local company that was able to create for me a professional, high-quality commercial at an affordable price, giving me a better way to advertise my business. Not only was I very satisfied with their work, but my corporate sponsors also loved it.
Experience the same great service and exceptional product that you can expect for all of our video production services. AKLC Studios, professional quality at hometown prices.